Yeah, good afternoon, Dr. Favourmartins.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Menego.
Forget so much about you, and each time we hear about you, we hear you mostly on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, explaining one or two points. The one that got us tumbled and shocked was the statement you made. So when we saw on your Facebook, where you said that there's no vacancy in 2027.
Oh, wow.
And we were touched with that statement. Please, sir, can you throw more light on what you mean by this?
Why I said there's no vacancy for 2027 is not because I'm a member of APC or PDP, but I haven't seen what the president is doing at present. You know, for him to complete his 8-point agenda, the renew hope agenda that he has on Nigeria, if anything going to breach that vision, it is going to be an unfinished project. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is working and is doing what every other president would have done. Are you getting it? Because why I said that many projects in Nigeria are projects that are abandoned halfway. When one government come, he start his own project. Another government come, he start their own project. So now that he has this project in agenda, and they're going to take these 8 years for him to complete this project and to give Nigeria effective results. So and that is why I see that instead of Nigerians to be thinking of another election, the money they will waste to conduct another election 2027, they should just do a wave over that continuation, so that we will not waste money for INEC. All those money that would have wasted for INEC would have, be put in for the project of Mr. President, and let's support him for the next 4 years.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Favourmartins, Dr. Martin. But from what you are saying, it means Tinubu is doing well in your own organization.
Yes, he's doing well, because the same thing Peter Obi would have done. That what is it? Peter Obi said he's going to remove fuel subsidy. He has removed fuel subsidy. Peter Obi said he's going to do this. He's going to tax refund. That's most of the things. Those are what he's doing right now. And for development to take place, it's not going to be a magic. The transformation takes process. Even a child take 9 months to transform in the womb. So this project that he's doing now is taking 8 years to transform them. So they'll be transforming one after the other. That's where you'll be seeing the change. The renewal will be coming.
In Nigeria, see Tinubu's government as a problematic punishment, and what is not expected of is being happening. And especially with the fuel removal, when Nigerians are trying to suffering. But today you are telling us that Tinubu is doing well. Can you still pinpoint some of the areas that is making you to make your statement as supportive to him?
Well, a lot of people say that Tinubu is the problem. Tinubu has never been the problem of Nigeria. Nigeria problem has been there. Are you getting it?
Yes.
So president come, they erase every problem, every calamity on ground, every debt on ground. So he coming on board was the problem created by the former administration that he inherited. When you inherit problem, people think that you're the one that caused it. Nigeria has gone into the research for a very long time. So Tinubu just came in to inherit those problems, came to acquire those problems, and that's why he's now trying his best to solve it. And as the president, he cannot be at the same place at every time. So those problems have been on ground before. Nigeria has a problem on ground before. So Tinubu is not the one that created the problem for Nigeria. Are you getting it? The problem of Nigeria is from the top to the bottom. From the religious leader down to from the political leader down, from the businessman down, every parastatus, every aspect, everybody has created problem for this country. So Tinubu is not the one that created the problem for Nigerians. The problem have been there before.
So far, so good. Government of Tinubu, you have just said, is good. What about Buhari and others?
Yes, Buhari government, I would say, if I want to rate Buhari government, I will rate Buhari government 99%. because a lot of people benefited during Buhari administration. Yes. A lot of payment contracts were done. Contracts were awarded. The what's it called? The second Niger bridge was commissioned. So many things were done during Buhari projects. So he cannot do everything, but I still rate him 99%. Buhari did well.
You have traveled far and wide, seen so many things in other parts of the world. And recently you went to Pakistan.
Yeah.
How do you compare Nigeria and other places you have visited?
Well, I've traveled far and near. I've been to France, I've been to Benjo, I've been to Pakistan, I've been to Jamaica, I've been to St. Manis Island, I've been to other parts of the country, South Africa, Cameroon. And one thing I discovered in all these countries that I've traveled to, these countries have one thing in common that their citizen is benefiting from. That is power supply. That power supply is what makes the citizen to be happy. It what gives them the joy, the happiness in doing what they are doing. So what I want Nigeria to be, because I've seen a lot of things that what is happening outside the country, like their security is very tight, their water system, their tax is very tight, and they are paying the tax, and the government is using those tax to develop those countries.
So what advice do you have for Nigerian government on the electricity supply?
Yeah, my advice for Nigerian government, either the president or the governor or local government chairman, they should make a power supply the first point agenda. That Nigeria should have power supply 24 hours. Let it be their first priority. Their first priority. That's one thing I want every government to do. Anybody in any political office, the first thing to do, how do we solve this light problem in Nigeria? Once they get that right, every other thing will fall into shape.
Thank you very much. You've been a very good friend of the media, and you've been a man that has been advising people so much in radio, in papers and Facebook, sir. I want to ask you the one and last question. You've been telling me that Nigeria will be a better place if everybody key into the crisis that is going on in the poor sector, where people don't have food to eat. We were told some time ago that you opened a food bank in your community, Elu, precisely in the Isoko North local government area. Sir, Nigeria of your dream. What is Nigeria of your dream?
Good. The Nigeria of my dream, I believe that Nigeria is going to work again. And I know that Nigeria, people like us who believe in Nigeria, I strongly believe in my country. I love Nigeria with all passion, with all sincerity. And this country, I know that Nigeria will be great again. Now, one of the countries I want to see in Nigeria is I want to see in Nigeria where that you're going to see the road with us, with securities, with CCTV cameras. As you are traveling, every spot we seeing your cameras as is in abroad. I want to see in Nigeria where the health sector, both the private and the government sector, that when patients come in as emergency, money should not be the first thing they need to demand for them to commence treatment. No matter how bad it is, once a patient come that is sick, I believe that the medical aspect of it should give treatment first and make sure that and if the person could not have money to pay, the government need to pay for such an individual. Then I want to say in Nigeria that we're going to work again. Even the police sectors, everything, investigation should be done without no sentiments. And I want to see in Nigeria that all the citizens of Nigeria should be get paid at the end of the month. All the citizens. Why I say that? Because in abroad, the government pays their citizen. And Nigeria, we have the crude oil, we have the resources, we are paying tax, we are doing everything. I want to see a country where the government, that everybody in Nigeria should be accounted for. Every single soul in Nigeria, as far as they are Nigerian citizens, they should be accounted for. I want to see a Nigeria where at the end of the month, the mother of one or a single mother, a single mother should be entitled to welfare. Children that are not going to school, that they should entitled to their own. The government should take care of them to make sure that these children cannot have access like other people who does not have father and mother. So they will have their own access to these amenities. So another thing I want to see is At the end of the year, I want to see in Nigeria that the money that we are getting from our crude oil, how many, the money we are getting from our crude oil, the money we are getting for our mining, our gold or reserve, or the money we are getting from taxpayers people, this money is okay. Nigerians need to benefit from their resources. And how will they benefit from it? Okay, if we are having 20 million Nigerians, how many billions are we making in a year, in a month? So these billions, if it's okay for, okay, let's take 2 billion, let's share $2 billion across Nigeria entirely. If it is 5,000 that come to you from the government at the end of the month, it's something. People can live on that the government is paying them their cheapest at the end of the month. It go to Qatar, Doha. The government pays their, even if the child is in the womb, they start paying that child. Their citizen gets money at the end of the month. Any foreign company that is coming to the country to come and invest, they take their citizen to work with them. Yes. So I want to see in Nigeria where a foreign company will come to work in Nigeria, and this foreign company will bring all their expatriates from abroad, leaving Nigeria outside. Everybody want to establish a company in Nigeria, so we have in Nigeria like 1 or 2% of Nigeria inside that company that will be working in key positions.
Much, Dr. Favourmartins, you spoke so like somebody that traveled far and wide experience in all aspects. We know that you are a business mogul, and you just told us you are not in APC, you are not in
PDP,
you are not in any party. But in future, do you have what is your take? Do you want to venture into politics in the future, or what? Could you tell us later?
Well, as it is, I won't say I want to go into politics. I don't want to go into politics. Are you getting it? You must not be you must not be in power for you to affect lives around the environment. So everybody must not become a president, not become a governor. But as little as you know that you are making aims, you are making extra incomes, you need to play your role to make the environment good. So all I want to do is to see a Nigeria that is working, to see a Delta state that is working, to see the Isoko land that is working. Yes. So that is my vision. So we need to still contribute our own quarter to the development of the government. Are you getting it? Yes. So that the government will know that the citizen, they are supportive. Because if the citizens are not supporting the government, then it's hard for the government to triumph.
Thank you, Dr. Favourmartins. We've heard much about you, as I first said. Could you tell us your names once more?
My name is Dr. Favourmartins Naki, the CEO of First Honeycomb Group Services Limited.
You're also speaking with the public relations officer from Directorate of Rural Infrastructure Development, the fine Chukubasi Lumino.
God bless you. It's a privilege. Thank you.